Welcome everybody, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer, and I am going to be playing part 2 of the Ice and Death scenario in the latest Arkham horror card game called Edge of the Earth. That was a lot. Edge of the Earth is the campaign, and it is there's a scenario in it called Ice and Death, and I'm going to be playing part 2 in this video. Now, a few things. I have already put out all of the locales that I did not explore in part 1. They are still locked. The game instructs you to go ahead and put them out, but I don't know what their what do you call I can't remember the name for this, the number there for the shroud, the shroud. I cannot remember, I don't know the shroud for the unrevealed ones. The ones that I've already explored get new clue tokens put on them. My 2 investigators are at Broad Snowdrifts. This is where I chose to camp. And you'll notice that each of the uncharted locations has an event card underneath it. Let me explain what happened. After scenario 1, where I chose camp, everyone goes to sleep. My investigators heal up. And during the night, they're awakened by screams and sounds of attacks and fighting. And 4 of the 8 partners have gone missing. Those partners the number that go missing is based on your shelter value as you ended part 1. The shelter I had was 4. That means 4 of the 8 partners are safe and the other 4 have gone missing. So in these 9 locations, 4 of them are my missing partners, and the other 4 are random. Actually, other 5 are random cards that are dangerous and add other things to the deck. Now, for this adventure, I have chosen to use Roald Ellsworth as the partner to Nathaniel, and I'm using Professor Dyer as the assistant to Harvey Walters. They all start with 5. They both start with 5 resources. Professor Dyer starts with 4 secrets instead of 3 because since he survived, he gets an extra secret added to his card if I use him this turn. So that's why I'm going to use him. Let's see, what else? I need to read the agenda. So the agenda has 5 doom tokens. We'll flip it or push it to the next one. And it says, several of your party have mysteriously vanished in the night without a sign or any struggle. You can only assume they left of their own accord. But why? The act says, the Lost Expedition. You set out to search for the missing team members, hoping to find them before daybreak. As a fast action, which means it doesn't burn one of your 3 actions, you may investigate at your location, spending 2 clues, 1 per investigator, so it'll cost 2 as a group. Draw the encounter card beneath it. So when I get to a location, I can spend 2 clues to reveal that card. Then another one is, as an action, if you were at the camp, you may resign. So I think the objective here is to find my 4 missing partners and then get back to camp and resign. And it says find as many as you can by adding them to the victory display, then head back to camp before daybreak. I suspect daybreak is the final agenda here. All right, so at the start of my turn, I need to draw 5 cards. I've already shuffled the decks, but I'll go ahead and shuffle them again. I draw 5 cards for Harvey and 5 for Nathaniel. Now, I get a mulligan, 3, 4, 5. If I draw a weakness, I can turn that in. I drew a weakness, so I get to mix that one back into here and draw a 5th card. Or I get to decide if I want to keep all of these. I don't want to keep that one. I do want to keep that one. I don't want to keep that one. And Vault of Knowledge or Max. Yeah, I do want to keep these 3, so I'm going to put these 2 here, draw 2 more, and then shuffle these back in. Shuffle these back in to create my hand for Harvey Walters. All right, so there's his 5 cards. And let's do Nathaniel's. Nathaniel gets 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Hopefully he didn't draw a weakness. He did not. These cards are all mixed up. I want to keep that one. I want to keep that one. I want to keep that one. Wow, that one costs 5. You get +1 after defeating an enemy, deal 1 damage to her. Okay, you know what? I am going to keep that one. I've already got a... I'm going to keep all these cards. They're all really good. All right, keep those. And I start at the broad snowdrifts. Now, I know that since it costs clues to reveal these cards, that's what I need to do. This one says, when you successfully investigate broad snowdrifts, you add a snow token to the chaos bag. There are 2 in here. One was placed in there at the beginning of part 1, and then I drew a card or did something that required me to put a second one in here. The snow icons are not good. If you draw one, they're -1 to any test. You put it back in and you draw another one, another token. If you draw another snow token, you immediately fail the test. So I'm going to go ahead and investigate this. When you succeed, add a start. That's fine. But it says discover 3 additional clues. So I can grab all 4 of these just by investigating. So Harvey has an investigate of 5 versus a shroud of 1, which is pretty good odds. I like those odds. I'll go ahead and I'm doing a 5 versus 1. 5, and I drew a snow. So I put it back in, and I'm now at -1. So he's at 4. And 4 versus 1, and I drew the tombstone. The tombstone is -3, so he does pass it. 4 minus 3 is 1, which matches, so he gets 1 token, and then he gets the other 3. However, I now have to put one of the snow tokens, another one, in the bag. So there are 3 in here now. Okay, so that was 1 action. Let's see. There is a card here. So let's go ahead and see what's here. I will pay 2 of these to reveal it. And it says Madness Inside. Ugh. So it's not one of my missing people. To your relief, you come across one of your missing team members, but they are not themselves. Their eyes are glazed over, their expression dazed and lost. A murky, slimy substance drips from their face and trickles into the ice. Blah, blah, blah. They ask, what was I doing? Choose a possessed enemy in play that does not have the elite trait. Take control of each doom on that enemy, flipping them to their clue side. Discard the chosen enemy. Choose a possessed enemy in play that does not have the elite. Take control of the doom on that enemy, flipping, discard the enemy. Add this story card to the victory side. So it's victory 0. I will put it over here. There are no possessed in play, so this one doesn't really matter. And that was a fast action. It does not count as one of my 3 actions. So for his next action, this one costs 8 clues to go into. I don't even have 8 clues. This one will after you discover the last clue. Okay, so I maybe should go here since it's just 1 stop away. I've got the 2 clues, and then he can try to get some more clues. So Harvey on his second action is going to move here, and he can spend, can he do that again? Yeah, he can do it again. I'll spend these 2 to see what's underneath here. I've got one of my found guys. Dr. Amy Kinsler. Test Parley 2 to convince him to tell you what she's seen. For each point you succeed, place a resource on her. If she fails, or if you fail, she will attack you. If there are 2 resources on her, add her to the victory display. So I have to parlay with her to add resources. Forced. If she is defeated, cross her name off the campaign log. So I don't want to kill her. Cross her name off. Ugh, no, don't want to kill her. So she is a creature, so she will automatically she will engage with Harvey. So let's see. He moved, which was 1 action. His second action will be to parley with her. Isn't that right? So when he was here, oh no, he spent an action to investigate. That was 1. That got the clues. Then he moved. That was the second action. His third action will be to parley and test 2 book. He's got 5 book, and I really don't want to lose this one, so I'm going to boost that. Let's see. Vault of Knowledge. I can do. I don't want to give. Oh, deduct. Here we go. This will contribute 1, so his books goes up to 6. And it says, if this skill test is successful while investigating a location, I'm not investigating, discover one additional clue. So I'm not investigating, I'm parlaying. So 6 versus her, it says test 2, 6 versus 2. What did I do with it? What was this? This was his deck, sorry. 6 versus 2, come on, Harvey, 6 versus 2. That is the Shroud minus 2. 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 beats 2. So he is successful by 2 points. For each point you succeed by, place a resource. So I place 2 resources on her. Force. And then it says, if there are 2 per player on her, add her to the victory display. Okay. So it's going to take 4 of these to convince her. But if you fail, if you fail, she attacks you. So she didn't attack me. But will she attack me on the next turn? Well, so he's done. His 3 actions are over. That's all I can do for him. Now it is Nathaniel's turn, and we need to get moving on locating these cards. So I'm going to send him. He's going to move 1. Well, actually, from here, he can move directly. Where can he move? He can only move to move. He can move here or here. That's it. Wow. What is that one? That is, what is that symbol? Oh, that's the Crystalline Caverns. There's a shortcut from here to here. As an additional cost to enter, investigators must spend 4 clues as a group. Man, I can't even move here. Okay, so he's going to go 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So he moves. He used all 3 moves to move here, but he can spend. There's no clue token, so he can't reveal that just yet. All right. So that is the end of his turn. Now it is the creature phase. There are no creatures. That phase is over. Now it's upkeep phase. Upkeep phase. He has 5 cards. He draws a card. And then he has to discard down to 5. So let's see. I don't want to get rid of any of these. They're all good. Although this is a good one too. I'm going to get rid of Monster Slayer because I already have one of those. Because 1-2 punch is a very good card. So he's down to 5 cards and he draws he gets a resource. Harvey gets a resource and draws a card. His hand size is 1, 2, 3, 4. So he draws higher education. So he's at 5. He doesn't have to discard. That is the end of the upkeep phase. Let's see. What else? Okay. Now I place a Doom token on the agenda. And who went first? Harvey went first. So he draws an event card. Through the ice, attached to the location, attached to the nearest location that does not already have one. As an additional cost for you to enter or leave, test 2 agility. If you fail, you take damage and horror, 1 each, and discard through the ice. So it's going to be hard for him to leave this location, but I don't have to worry about that for right now. Nathaniel draws Lost Researcher, enemy. Spawn. Lost Researcher enters play with a Doom token on it. When the researcher is defeated, move the Doom token to its location. You can parley with the Doom guy. If you test 3, book or will. If you succeed, take control of the Doom and flip it to its clue side. Then, if there is no Doom, discard it. Okay, so he's going to have to fight this guy on his next turn because right now the agenda has 2 Doom tokens on it. All right, so now it is the investigator phase. I'm going to go ahead and deal with Nathaniel. So Nathaniel, you know what? I need to do him so I have clue tokens. Harvey is going to investigate this site with a shroud of 3. He's got a investigate of 5 versus 3. Let me see if I can contribute anything. Let's see. I hate to give up any of these cards because they're really all good. This will give me 1. I don't want to do any of these. Okay, hold on. So before I do, I'm going to pay 3 to play Vault of Knowledge. I pay 3 resources, and it says my maximum hand size is increased by 2. So now I can have a hand size of 7. I can also, as a fast thing, after you successfully investigate, exhaust this card, choose an investigator at your location, and then draw a card. So I'll be able to draw a card if I successfully investigate this. I'm going to choose... I'm gonna exhaust Feed the Mind to get to bump his up to 6. So I'm doing 6 versus 3. 6 versus 3. This is -2. So 4 beats 3. So he gets a clue token from here. And after you successfully investigate, draw a card. I drew a weakness, which goes immediately into play. When your turn begins, discard 1 non-weakness card, but I can use 2 actions to discard that weakness. He's got 2 actions left. I really need to investigate. I need more tokens so that Nathaniel can see who's here. So let's go ahead and do that. It's currently 5 versus 3. I do not want to... I've got 1 action. I could draw a card just to see. I'm going to do... Well, I'll get 2. It says, his special ability says, after you draw a card at your location, you may draw another card. So I'm going to draw 1 as his second action, and then I get to draw another one. And good, this gives me a deduction, which says if this skill is successful at investigating, you get an additional clue. Didn't I use that earlier? I thought I did. Oh, I did. I used that a minute ago. So he would get a second clue, and that goes away. So I'm going to play it again. I got another deduction card for his third and final action. I'm going to be doing 6 versus 3 again. 6 versus 3. 6, and the skull is -X, which is half the shelter value. The shelter here is 5, rounded up is 3. 6 minus 3 is 3, which matches. So he beats it, or he equals it, and he gets both clue tokens. And that is exactly what I wanted. This goes away, and he doesn't have to discard yet because it says when your turn begins. So he is done. Now, on Henry's turn, I'm going to spend 2 of these clue tokens to investigate what's underneath here. Nothing. Bloody evidence. Search. There's a little bit of flavor text, which I'm not going to read. It's all about finding bloody footprints, blah, blah, blah. To your horror, a human eye lies here. Search the top 9 cards of your deck for each copy of Tekelli and place each one you find on the bottom of the deck. And then add this story to the victory. All right, so victory 0. I've got 2 victory 0s so far. And I found 1 researcher. So I don't have any cards in the any Tekelli cards in his deck right now, so I don't have to do that part. So he's got 3 actions. So let's see what we can do. And I've got 2 tokens. So he cannot go here without paying 8 clue tokens. This one only leads... Where does this lead? I can get here. This one's going to cost me 4 tokens, but he doesn't have 4. So, if he moves, where can he move that he would only need 1? Let's see. This is 2. This will take 2. To get here, I can go from Rocky Crags. I can't move here because it costs 8 tokens to move there. I can go here, which goes to here. So I go 1, 2, 3, which is going to cost 2 clues to move into, and then 2 clues to investigate, which I don't have. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to go 1, 2. No, hold on. Goes 1. Then the heart can go to heart. 2, I don't have to go here. 2, and then 3, and I'll pay the 2 clues to enter this. So it says you pay to enter here, so I can flip this over, It was locked. There are 4 clues on this thing. And it says, treat the modifier of the first snow token revealed during each skill test at Icy Waste as -3, not -1. Ow, that's not good at all. All right, so he can't investigate this just yet. So he's done. His 3 actions are done. And that is it for the player phase. Creatures. There is a creature attached to him, which, dummy me, I should have fought him. Because I moved, he automatically gets a hit. So he did one heart and 1 mental. So Nathaniel's already got some damage on him, but thankfully this one does not follow. It just stays there. But I really needed to get that Doom token off. That's the only creature. I don't think Dr. Amy Kinsler will attack. It says, test to convince her to tell you what she has seen. For each point you succeed by, place a resource. If you fail, which I didn't fail, she attacks you. Okay, so she's not going to attack this turn. Now it is upkeep phase, which I refresh Vault of Knowledge, and I didn't do anything else. I flip over their player cards. They each draw a card. He drew boxing gloves. He's got to go down to 5. 1, 2. He's got 6, so I have to discard 1. I really like those boxing gloves. Fast play after you. I'm going to get rid of Glory, and he's down to 5. I draw here, and he can have 7 cards. So he's got plenty of cards in his hand. He doesn't have to discard. That's the end of the upkeep phase. Oh, they each get a resource. And now it is the Mythos phase. I place another Doom token. Harvey went first. 0 visibility. Put 0 into play at your threat area. As an additional cost for you to leave a location with a treachery attached to it, you must spend an action. Forced. At the end of your turn, test 2 agility. If you succeed, you discard this. So it's going to cost me an extra action to move. And if you remember, this card, I had to test 2 agility just to leave this area. So it's going to be crazy. Let's draw for Nathaniel. Nathaniel got Skittering Nonsense. So he's got another monster attached to him. It's a hunter, so it will follow him. Forced. When you defeat it, shuffle the top card of the Kelly deck into your deck without looking at it. So he's going to get... this one goes over here, actually. It's with him. And that is the end of the Mythos phase. Now it is time for Harvey and Nathaniel. I don't have any clues, so Harvey is going to have to go find some clues. To get out of here, he has to... All right, first off, when your turn begins, discard 1 non-weakness. Oh, man. At random, it says. So I have to... I'm going to get rid of Encyclopedia. All right? And then I can spend 2 actions to discard it, which I'm going to do. So he's only got 1 action left, and that action is going to be to get out of here, to move here. And he has to take a test 2 agility. That's never good. Test 2 agility. Do I have any agility? I have no agility cards. And no wild cards to help. So it's 2 versus 2. All I can hope for is the 0 or the auto pass or the elder sign. 2 versus... I got the snow, so I failed it. That's a 1. So that is the end of his turn. Man, this sucks. If you fail, cancel the effects, take 1 damage and a heart, and discard. Okay, so I discard this. And I take a horror and a health. Blah. All right, he's done. Henry. All right, so Henry needs to deal with the Skittering Nonsense, or not, yeah. So I need to fight that. Before I do, I'm going to pay to add, oh, no, the wrong cards. I'm going to pay to add his boxing gloves for 3. That's an action. 1 action. And I've got a 0 cost, which adds +1 to the attack. So he's from 5, 6, 7. 7 versus a 2 fight. And Nathaniel does extra point of damage too, which he only has 2 health, so that will kill it. So 7 versus 2. Come on. 7 minus 2 is 5. Does a point, and he does an additional point of damage, which means this goes away. Now, because I used the boxing gloves as a fast action after you defeat, I can exhaust it, search the top 6 cards, and take a spirit event into my hand. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I have to shuffle my deck. Spirit. No. Yes. 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 No. No. So these get reshuffled. And along with I get to pick one of these. When this action begins, gain 2 resources. Choose another investigator at your location. Both you and that investigator gain 2. The odds of them ever being together is pretty slim, so I'll put these 2 back in. Put this one in my hand, and then shuffle this right here. That was his second action. Or no, his first action was to play the gloves. Second action was to fight. So his third and final action, I have no clues to look at that revealed card. So I guess I could play something. He's got 4 resources. What could he play? None of these are really helpful. His ally, I don't have enough resources to put in to play. So I guess he will draw a card. And let's see. After an investigator at your location. Okay, so I can't. So he drew a card called Safeguard. After another investigator moves from your location to a connecting location, exhaust Safeguard, move to that location. So if they're together, I could have used that to move them, but that's all right. All right, that is his third and final action. He is exhausted. Let's see. Creature phase. This creature will attack him. No, it's not at his location. Sorry. This creature was at... I think it was at, which one was it? It was at this one right here. So it's not, it doesn't stay with me. Oh, actually, that's not true. It does move. If I move, it moves. I think. If it's exhausted, it doesn't. If it's not exhausted, does it move with me? I cannot recall. I think it stays put. I think it stays at this location, and I'm just engaged with it. Okay, if I evade, I could have left, but live and learn. So no creatures, as an additional cost for you to leave or the treachery, you must spend 1 action. Okay, so I've still got this treachery on me. No creature phase, so now it's the upkeep phase. I refresh boxing gloves. Is that it? Each one draws a card. He's got 5 cards, so he draws Relentless. I have to discard 1. When you deal excess, place excess. I'm going to get rid of Relentless. And he gets a resource. And then Harvey gets 4 cards. He draws a card. He got Solano Fragments. All right. And he got his resource already. So he's good to go. Now it is the Mythos phase. I place a token. There are now 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's not good. Harvey went first, so he gets this card. Whiteout. Revelation. Attached to your location. Each investigator at attached location gets minus will, minus book, minus power, minus 1 agility. At the end of the round, discard it. All right. That's not good. But it's going to be stuck to this one anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Forced. At the end of your turn, test... I forgot to do this, but that's okay. At the end of each of my turns, I can test to see if this goes away, but we'll deal with that in a minute. All right, so Nathaniel gets Lost Researcher. Spawn at location. Lost Researcher interplays with a Doom token. Of course he does. So that triggers the event. Forced. When it's defeated, move each Doom onto the location. Parley. Test Will or Book 3. If you succeed, take control of the Doom token, flip it to its clue side. Then if there's no Doom on it, discard it. But that doesn't really happen because the Doom token plus these 3 forward the agenda, so they go away. So that doesn't really matter. Let me read it. As you journey through the glacial wilds, you stumble across a set of tracks on the snow leading farther from the camp. You pause and investigate. Were those tracks made by one of the missing members? Choose a face-down encounter card but beneath a location. Look at the other side without resolving its text, and then return it face down. Nice. I get to look at one of these cards to see what it is. So that's cool. Well, he's here, and there's no point in staying here if that's not a good one. So let's flip it. Let's look and see what it is. It is, it's a creature. Terror gets 3 health, so it's at 6 health to begin. 3 per investigator, so it gets 9 health, 4 fight. While it's, I don't want to mess with that. No. Okay, no, not good. So I won't be doing that one. Okay, that's it for the Mythos phase. These guys refresh. I need to get, he's got a lost researcher that's going to be fighting him, and I'm going to have to deal with that in a minute. But let's get Harvey out of here. Okay, so he wants to leave. He wants to leave this this area. To do that, he has to make an agility test 2. But this says each investigator gets. Okay, hold on. At the end of your turn, test 2 if you succeed. All right, you know what? I didn't do this. Let's test 2 agility. It's just 2 versus 2. And the skull is minus X, which is half your shelter value. So he lost. He did not get rid of this card. But as an additional cost to leave the location, you must spend an action. So I can leave. It just takes 2 actions. That's what it is. So 2 actions will get me from here to here. And his next action will be to move. Well, no, I don't need to do that. I need to get him to to Nathaniel. So 2 actions, and his third action will, I'm not going to draw a card. Do I want to play any cards? Let's see. Higher education. When you have 5 more cards, okay, laboratory assistant, your maximum hands. Let's go ahead and play laboratory assistant for 2, and my hand size increases by 2, so he can have 5 plus 2 plus 9 cards. So far so good, but she can help me. She's got 1 health and 1 horror. So he is done. Nathaniel's got to fight this guy. This guy is a 1/1, 1 health, 1 fight, so that should be pretty easy. His fight is 5. He's got +1 gloves, so he's at 6, and he's only got 1 health. So, parley. Test. If you succeed, take control of the Doom. The Doom token's gone, so I can't do that. So 6 versus 1. Now it's 5 versus 1, and I better not draw another snow token. I got a +1, so he beat the lost researcher. When defeated, okay, so he's gone. All right, that was his first action. I'm not going to reveal this. He needs to go here to see what this is. But it says it costs 4 clues to move here. Oh, man. I can't. Henry's got to get some clues. I've got 2, 4, 6, 10. 10 clues. This is frustrating. All right. I will at least move here for his second action to reveal this. Actually, I can't. It costs 4 clues. I cannot move there. So let's do this. Let's move here. I bypassed this earlier. This one has a total of 2 clues on it. A shroud of 4. When you draw a hazard treachery while here, add 1 snow token to the bag. Ooh, I don't want that. So I need to move. I can move from here to here. I'm going to get these 2 guys together. There we go. So that's his third action. He is done. Refresh. I don't have to. He's got 5 cards, so I will draw a card and then discard down to 5. He got counterpunch. Fast play when an enemy attacks you. This attack targets the enemy. I'll get rid of that one. And then Harvey draws a higher education card. Okay, and they each get 1 resource. That is the end of that. Flip these guys back over. It is now the Mythos phase. Oh, by the way, creature phase, it was this one, and it's not attached to me, so he didn't do anything. Add a clue token or Doom token. Harvey went first. He drew a Frenzied Explorer. When he's defeated, move each doom on it to its location. As a fast action, after you successfully evade by 1 or 2 or more, take control of the token and flip it to the clue side. Then, if there's no doom, discard it. So he's got to evade, which I don't think that's going to be possible. So he's linked with Harvey, and then Nathaniel draws through the ice, attached to the nearest location. Yep. As an additional cost for you to enter or leave, test 2 agility. If you fail, take a damage in heart and discard. So that one is here. He's here. Oh no, wait, he didn't go here, did he? Where did he go? Yeah, he went here. No, he went. He is. He's here waiting for Harvey. All right. So that's it for the Mythos phase. Now it's their turn. So let's go ahead and Harvey needs to leave. This one's engaged. Frenzied enters with 1 Doom token. All right, so there's a Doom token on here. When Frenzies is defeated, move each Doom to its location. After you successfully evade. So to evade him, my evasion is 2, his evasion is 2. I'm not going to win that one. The odds are just not in my favor. I have nothing to help evade. So, and I can't fight him because his fight is 1 and his fight is 2. I could move Henry down and engage him. Let's do that. Let's do Henry first. Henry will move. Well, all right. As an additional cost for you to leave, test 2. Okay, so I have to test 2. His agility is 2 versus 2. I'm not going to try and buff it. And I drew the skull, which is minus the shelter, which is 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1. He failed it, but that's okay. This goes away. He takes 1 damage and 1 sanity or mental, and he is now here. He will fight. He will now choose to fight the frenzied guy. 2 fight, 2 health. Nathaniel always does an extra. Although it says the Doom token's going to stay because you have to evade to get the Doom token. Let's fight him and try to kill him. I'm going to pay 5 to get Greta out. Greta gives me +1 fight. So he's now at 5, 6, 7. At the end of the round, discard. I never discarded that. All right, so he's at 5, 6, 7. 7 versus 2. I like those odds. Let me see if I have anything else. He moved, which is 1 action. Fight's going to be 2. I could play this card, then fight him. Fast play when an enemy attacks. After another investor moves to your location or to a connecting exhaust and move. Oh, okay. As a second one, I am going to play this for... I can't because it's 2 resources. Never mind. I'm going to play this during the fight, and it'll give me the 2 resources. All right, so I play this. He's at 7 versus 2. Let's hope he wins. When this action begins, gain 2 resources. So I get it whether he loses or not. 7 versus 2. 7 versus 2. I got the snow. Now it's 6 versus 2. And I got the 0. So he wins. He does an extra point of damage. The Doom token stays here. This one goes away. And now for his third action, I am going to play... Oh, that's... What was it? I was going to play... Where'd the card? Oh, Safeguard. Cost me 2. And this is going to be interesting. So that is the end of his turn. Now, Safeguard says, after another investigator moves from your location to a connecting one, I can exhaust it and move to that location. So Harvey's turn, he's going to move here as 1 action. I'm going to turn Safeguard and then move Nathaniel with him. So Harvey is now at 1 action. I need to get some of these to reveal things. Let's go ahead and take those 2. So you get +2 Shroud if there's a card attached to it. There's not. So 5 versus 2. Let's see. When I put her in, I didn't draw 2 cards. I'm going to do that. 1, 2. I did when I played her. I should have drawn 2 cards. So now I have more cards. Let's play higher education. That will bump him up to 6. 6 versus 2 is decent odds. 6 versus 2. Come on. I drew a snow. Now it's 5 versus 2. 5 plus 1 is 6. He wins. He gets this token. He doesn't get a second one. I'll get to test this in a moment. Spins his secrets, heal 2 horror. I'm going to go ahead and... so he moved. He did an... I'm going to investigate again. So 5 versus 2. 5 versus 2. This is minus the shelter, half the shelter, so that turns to 4, so he gets this extra resource. That is his third and final action. They are now both exhausted. Creature phase, this one's still there, so that's it. They unexhaust every card they used. I get to draw a card. Nathaniel draws Get Over Here. Okay, and Harvey draws Lab Assistant, which is good. Your maximum, and apparently I could play this again. They get 2. They can have up to 2 allies, so that's good. Let's see. At the end of Harvey's turn, I test for 2 agility to see if I can get rid of this. 2 versus 2. Oh, that's a good one. What does this give me? It gives me +1 to the test, and I draw a card. Excellent. I drew Encyclopedia. So he gets rid of this treachery card, which is good. All right. They drew their cards. They each get a resource. And now it is the Mythos phase. I put another Doom token. And I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and move this one up here. I can't take that one off of this, so I might as well just leave it up here so I see it. So there's 3 to 5. 5 will cause it to flip. Draw a token. Nathaniel, let's see, who went first? Nathaniel went first, then Harvey. So Nathaniel gets Ancient Evils. Place a Doom token on the current agenda. Great. All right, now there's 4. And then Harvey draws Whiteout. Each investigator at this location gets -1, -1, -1. At the end of the round, discard. So that's good. They're leaving this one, so it really doesn't matter. Okay. So that's it for the Mythos phase. They wake up. Let's get them out of here. Harvey needs to move and get some more tokens so that... Man, it costs 8 to get here. Must spend 8 clue tokens as a group. I don't even think I could get 8. Well, I could. There's 4 over here, and then I go over here. This one costs... I don't want to reveal that one because I know what that is. That's bad. I don't know this one, but this one costs 4 to get in. This one costs 8 to get in, 8 to get in, and 4 to get in. I can get directly here from here, so that's good. Can I get here from how can I get here? I can come from I can. I can move here to here. So I'm going to move Nathaniel first. Oh no, you know what? I'm not. I'm going to move Harvey, which means he will engage, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to expend Safeguard to move Nathaniel as a free move. So he moved 1. He's not going to attack him. Instead, he's going to investigate. 5 versus 3. And let's see, what can I play? You have 1 additional hand slot. You control a tome. When you control a tome, I do not have a tome. As an additional cost to play, discard up to 2 cards. Encyclopedia, and spend a secret. Choose an investigator at your location. The investigator gets +2. That's actually not bad. I'm going to pay 2 to play Encyclopedia, and it gets 5 secrets. Okay, and now I get to exhaust it and spend. I get +2. I'll exhaust it to do 1 final action, which is 7 versus 3. 7 versus 3. I drew a 0, so he wins. So he gets this. And I think that's all I get. Yeah, I don't get an extra one. So that is his. He moved. He investigated. He'll do another investigate. Nope, he can't because he paid for a card. That's 3. So he is done. All right, now it's Nathaniel's turn. Nathaniel's going to fight this guy. He's a 1/1, so that should be pretty easy. He's 5, 6, 7. 7 versus 1. I think I can do this unless I draw the snow. 7 minus 2 is 5. So he got rid of this guy, which is good. That was 1 action. He can't move because he needs 4 to move here. So I need that one. There's no way he's going to research that. So for his second action, he will play a card. Let's play... Well, actually, he'll draw a card. And that didn't really help. And I'm going to draw another card. So he's got 5 cards in his hand. He is done. That's the end of his turn. Creature phase. No creatures. It is now... I refresh this. They each get a resource. And they get a card. So he drew a weakness card. So he cannot get rid of the weakness. It automatically goes here. Well, it doesn't say you do that. Prey. Nathaniel Cho. Hunter. Forts. When Tommy would take any amount of damage, reduce it by 1. Interesting. I don't know if I have to... It's a weakness, but it doesn't say it's forced to be put into play. I think I can choose to discard him because I have to discard a card. So I'm going to play that. I'll check that later, but I think that's right. I drew it, but it doesn't say it automatically goes into play. Weakness. Nathaniel Cho. Hunter. Forced. Yeah, it doesn't say... You know, I'll put him into play. I'm not gonna do that. So let's see. What caused that? I drew a card and then I drew another card. Oh no, this was the draw phase, wasn't it? So he stays. That's unfortunate. And then I draw a card for Henry or Harvey, and I got Arcade Enlightenment. Okay, and his hand size is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got plenty of cards. That is it for the upkeep phase. Now it is Mythos. Unfortunately, this is the 5th token. These go away, and I flip this, and it says, as you journey further into the glacial wilds, you stumble across a set of tracks, blah, blah, blah. Choose a face-down encounter card beneath a location. Look at the other side and return it face down. Okay, well, that's good. So do I want to choose that one? Or yeah, let's do this one, which is Victory 0. So unfortunately, I know that my missing explorers are here, here. That's 1, 2. Did I already find 2? There should be another one. There should be 4. 2. Oh, up there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unfortunately, it looks like I am going to be in a bad situation where I do not get one of them back. Any of them back. All right. Let's keep going. That is the... Let's see, I flipped I put the Doom token, I flipped it over. Now they draw a card. So first one to move was Harvey. Harvey gets Polar Vortex. When you end your turn at attached location, each card you control with a health takes 1 direct damage. At the end of round, discard. Forced at the end of the round. When you end your turn at an attached, so I need to get out of here. So this is not good. I need to get Harvey away from this location, but at the end of before the end of my turn expires. And then Nathaniel draws Abandoned Madness. Attached to the nearest possessed enemy. There is no possessed enemy. If there's not one, search the encounter deck for a possessed, draw it, and attach it. Increase its difficulty to fight, evade, or parlay with attached enemy by 1. So I'll keep going. I'm looking for a possessed. Oh boy. There's one. There was one left. Okay. All right, so this one is not only, it enters with one doom on it. Forced, when it's defeated, move the doom token to its location. If you evade it, you get to keep the doom token. So this one will be attached to Nathaniel, which is unfortunate. And now it's my turn. So flip these over. I need to get that last token so that I can send someone over here. Well, no, I know that that's not going to be good. And the only other one I can go to is this one. All right, so Harvey will do a 5 versus 3. I'm going to play... Let's see, what can I play? Can't play those, can't play that. I'll play this for a +1. I'll play that for +1. Yeah. And, all right, so for his first action, I'm going to play the Solano Fragments by paying a resource. Then it says, while you have 5 or more cards in your hand, you get +1. I have 5 cards, so I get +1. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably overkill, but 8 versus 3 should do it. 8 minus 3 is 5, so I did it. So he gets the final clue. So he's got one final action, which is he can move here. The plus and the plus. So he can move... Oh, no, not there. He doesn't want to move there. He can move to... Can he move here? No. Can he move here? No, he can only move here. That's it. He can only move there. And what's this one? That's this one. That is that one. That is his turn. He's done. Now it's Nathaniel. Nathaniel's going to have to fight this guy. But to get the Doom token, I need to evade him. And he's not a hunter, so he won't. So let's see. Can I evade? Do I have any evade cards? I've got 1, 2. Yes, I've got 2. And also, there's something else I can do. Choose an investigator. Your coach and investigators play. Too late. Can't do it. So 4 agility versus 2 to try and evade this. 4 versus 2. Come on. -1 is 3. I did it. So I get the clue token, right? Because this says... draw it and attach it. Okay, so that's not right. So that comes out. And even though it was +1, I still would have tied 3-3. So place a Doom token. When you successfully evade it, take control of it, flip it to a clue. Then there's... Oh, sorry, take control. So he gets 1. He's got 1. And these go away. Excellent. Okay, let's keep going. That was his first action. He evaded, so he's able to get moved now. He'll move 2, action number 2. And then action number 3 will be to move. He can move to the heart. He can move right here. Actually, nope, I'm going to move here, and I'll show you why. I'm going to move here, and that's his final move, or final action. That is the end of their turn. Creature phase, no creatures. Upkeep, they each get a resource. And they draw a card. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He draws Vicious Blow, which is a good card to have. So what do I want to do? I want to get rid of Get Over Here because I've already got one of those. So he's good. Harvey draws a card called Burning the Midnight Oil. Investigate. When this action begins, gain 2 resources. Okay. That's going to be good to have. End of their turn. Put a Doom token. Nathaniel moved second, so Harvey moved first. Harvey draws Polar Mirage. Attached to the location with at least 1 clue and without a copy. After you discover or take control of 1 or more clues at the attached location, discard each non-weakness in your hand. Each non-weakness card in your hand. Discard Polar Mirage. After you discover or take control of 1 or more... I'm not going to be going for clues here then because I don't want to have to discard my whole hand. And then Nathaniel draws a Paraphobia. Test Will X, where it's the shelter value. Shelter is 1. If you fail, you must decide. All right, so my will is 3 versus 1, and I'm going to add something here. Let's see. I will add get over here. I'll burn that to go take it up to 4. 4 versus 1. Do I want any more? I really don't want to have to fail this one, so I'll add another one for a total of 5 to 1. Come on, 5 to 1. This is -2, so 3 versus 1 does it. So the Mirage, oh no. So what was I doing? Oh, wait a minute. I played a Paraphobia. That was it. And I beat it, so I don't have to do this. All right, that's the end of the Mythos phase. Their turn. And I've got a bad guy attached to me. So he went ahead and did 2 damage because I forgot the last time that I didn't fight him. So he did 2 damage during the creature phase. So I just put 2 more on there for a total of 3. All right, he's going to follow me, so I need to just go ahead and beat him. But I can do the safeguard, which allows me to follow. So after an investigator moves from your location to a connecting, exhaust safeguard, move to that location. So he's going to move from your location to a connecting location. So he's going to move, connecting would be here. So he goes 1, and there's 2 clues here, but 2, and then he'll move, final move will be 3. He's got 4 clues, so he can look underneath here. Let's see what's under here. And it's Elia Eshevek, which is one of my partners. I need him. I'll have to parlay on his next. So he is exhausted. He's done. I'm going to exhaust Safeguard, which allows Nathaniel to move here for free. The Tommy or the bad guy will go with him. So it's time to fight him. Okay. Oh, you know what? Is this white out here or here? At the end of the round, discard. I forgot to discard that. Okay. Okay. So I will go ahead and fight Tommy Muldoon. Now the problem is you reduce the amount of damage by 1. He's got 2 health. So I need to do 3 damage to kill him. Actually, yeah, 3 damage to kill him. So I've got to do 4 damage to actually beat him. And he's got a fight of 2. So is there anything I can do? I can play 1-2 punch for 2. This is going to give me +1 fight. And if I win that fight, I get to fight again at +2 fight. So it double whammies. All right, so 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 versus 2. I think I got this unless I draw some snowflakes. 8 versus 2. 8 minus 1 is 7. So I successfully did 2 points of damage to him because Nathaniel always does an extra point. And now I get to do it again. I get +2 and deal 1 bonus damage. So he'll do 3 damage, which is more than enough to kill him. So I get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 versus 2 this turnaround. 9 versus 2. 9 minus 1 is 8. That's enough to defeat him. So he's gone. And I get no victory points for that, I don't think. Nope. And that goes in his discard pile. So that was his second action. And for his third action, he will move here. He'll move here. So he's going to have to get over here. All right, so he's done. Creature phase. No creatures. Upkeep. Exhaust. He draws a card. He draws physical fitness. 1, 2, 3, 4. He draws a card, which is Solano Fragments. All right. Okay, that's it for... they each get a resource. Boom, boom. And I add a Doom token. And the Doom limit on this is 6, by the way. So I got to get back. I got to figure this out pretty quick. 6. So it is now... Oh, yeah. So Harvey moved first. Harvey got an Ancient Evil. Place a Doom on the agenda. All right. So now there's 3. And Nathaniel draws 0 visibility, which as an additional turn, it costs 2 actions to leave this location. All right. That's fine. That's it. These guys refresh. Now, to get Elia Ashbeck, I need to parlay. Test 2 agility to sneak by and speak with, sneak by the dogs and speak with him. For each point you succeed, place a resource on him. If you fail, he attacks you. If there are 2 resources, add him to the victory display. So that's good. All right. So I need to agility. His agility is 2. However, I'm going to go ahead and spend as an action a secret to get +2 to that. So now he's at 4. And do I have any agilities? I have an agility here. So that goes up to 2, 4, 5. So I'll burn that to 5. And I think that's all I've got. 5. 5 versus, what was it? 5 versus 2. 5 versus 2. 5 plus 1 is 6. I more than beat him by 2 points. So he comes to I get him. So a victory point of 1. So I found one. All right. So first action was to play Encyclopedia. To spend, it says I have taken action. So that was one action. Second action was to parley. And third action will be to move. Well, I guess I need to move here and try to get these clues. So I'll move here, and that is his last action. Now, Nathaniel, I don't have any clue tokens to reveal this monster to fight it. So I guess all I'll do is just draw some cards. I can play some cards. Hold on. I can draw a card for one action. Draw another card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all the cards I can draw, and I guess I'll take a resource. And that is the end of his turn. All right. No creatures. That's good. Refresh everything. So I refresh this. This has only got one more token on it. They each get a resource. They each draw a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he draws boxing gloves, which I'll discard because I cannot have a second pair of those. And then Harvey draws something, and he's got plenty of cards. That's it. Place a Doom token. There are now 4 instead of 6. Henry moved. No, Nathaniel. Was it Nathaniel or Henry? No, Henry went first. Harvey went first. Test 2 will, or something has to happen. My will is 4. I will contribute this make it 5. And I'll contribute this to make it 6, 6. So 6 versus 2. 6 versus 2. Oh, where shelter? Oh, sorry. Hold on. Shelter is 4. Ooh, 6 versus 4. Hold on. I'm gonna make that 8 versus 4. This is minus half the shelter value. Half the shelter value is 4. So minus 2. 8 minus 2 is 6. So I beat it. So I don't have to deal with what was it? Apeirophobia. All right. Can I go? I can leave. I can scoot by there. No, I can't because there's a treachery on it now. All right. So Nathaniel, that was Harvey, and now Nathaniel. Nathaniel drew a skittering nonsense, which is a hunter, and it's 2/2, so he'll have to fight. That is it for the Mythos phase. Now it is time for, hopefully, to get back to camp. All right. Here's the deal. Harvey is going to move from here. Well, I need those. I don't have time to do anything else. So he's going to move. He'll go 1. Can he move to? He can only move here, right? He could move here, but it's not got the clue. So he has to move here, which is 0 visibility. And it says at the end of your turn if you succeed. So as an added cost, okay, you must spend an action. All right, so as an additional cost for you to leave, okay, so it takes 2 actions to move from here. So he moved 1 and 2 actions to move from here to here, and he is done. Now, the good news is I can use Safeguard to move Nathaniel for free to here. And now, for his and it takes 2 actions to move. So 1, 2 to move here, and for his third and final action, he will he'll draw a card, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he'll play a card. Hold on. I'll play physical training for 2. Okay, that is it for him. Creature phase, no creatures. Upkeep, refresh. They each get a resource. Let's see what else. They get a card. He drew dodge, and that puts his hand at 5. Henry's got plenty of cards. He draws a preposterous sketches. Play if there's a clue at your location. So there's not. Okay, so now I place a Doom token. There are 5. Draw a card for Harvey. He needs to place a Doom token, which, guess what? That's what I was worried about. That makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which flips this. As the night ends, the storm arrives in its full ferocity, raging icy winds, blah, 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 hard lump of guilt. Each remaining investigator is defeated and suffers... Oh, wait, hold on. A hard lump of guilt. Then as you are forced to choose between life and theirs, as a burden you're sure to carry, and you'll be lucky if there's more than a couple days. Hold on. Each remaining investigator is defeated and suffers a mental trauma. So I'm guessing that this, if I had gotten here and resigned, then I wouldn't have taken that mental trauma. Yep. All right, so they each get 1 trauma, which stays with you, which means each one of them will start with 1 less sanity on the next game. But that was fun. That was really fun. And I think I did get I rescued 1 researcher. The others, I believe, are going to be, unfortunately, be dead. All right, I will clean up my campaign log and update it with the stuff that was found here, update it with XP, whatever I can. And things are not looking good. Things are not looking good. I'm down to like 4, 5 helpers. I've lost 4 now, so not good at all. Man, okay. I lost 1 to the crash and 3 to the bad weather. So I've lost a total of 4. All right. Up next, the next video I will be playing. Well, I'm not sure what I'll be playing. Probably part 3. I don't know yet. I haven't read that far ahead. So I hope you're enjoying this. I know it's a little crazy. It's just so many things to track. But this is really a fun game, and if you've never played it, you should definitely give it a try, especially if you are a fan of H.P. Lovecraft and the Cthulhu mythos and things like that. All right, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. I'll be back with another video soon to finish part 3 of the first scenario. Until then, everybody, take care.